Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Hello everyone, welcome to flatStepney. Hope you're all doing good and all of you are safe. During these tough times, yeah, it's really difficult. But here we are with another car review. This is a 2015 model Ford Figo Aspire diesel version. It is my own car. I've been using this car for more than 5 years, in fact more than 6 years now. And I thought I'll just tell you all the goods and all the bads about this car so that you can decide whether it should be a potential option if you're a new car buyer. For that, thank you for all your views, all your comments and all your subscription for the Tata Ultros review by flatStepney. For all the people who have not subscribed to this particular channel, please go back and subscribe to the channel. Also let me know what more do you want to know, what areas do you want me to focus on, and specify what is the good and what is the bad of any car. Also, if you have any suggestions, do let me know which car you want me to review. To begin with the basics, it's a 1.5 litre diesel engine car. It's got 100 PS of 3,750 RPM, way above 200 Nm of torque, which is enough and more. It's at least 100 units more than the petrol versions coming in the market right now. And it's run over 75,000 kilometers in 5.5 years now. And talking about the service, there are no extra charges because it's a diesel car, and the service costs are just average, or you can say anything like the other brands charge. So no major changes or no major service cost until now. If you think you are up for a Ford, let me just be really blunt to you. Ford has nothing decorative from the outside. No decorative lights, nothing fancy to look at. Even the Aston Martin grille that Ford used to boast in the 2015 and 2016 model does not come with the Aston Martin grille. It's just come with netted grille right now. So from outside it looks pretty plain, but from the inside this car still gives you a premium look. We are starting on all the good things about the car. The first and the foremost thing that I like about the car is its power. Amazing power. There's very little turbo lag and the car kicks in the moment you step on the accelerator. But let's see how the inside looks now. Once you're inside the car, I just love the dashboard and the fit and finish and styling of it. It is simply amazing. The creamish color and the black texture of the dashboard suits very well, and the quality is simply amazing. It does have a really rich look. It is completely different from the older versions of the Ford, in fact the older version of Ford Figo. And I don't think there is any other car brand which has launched a diesel version with such good interiors for a price range of 7.5 to 8 lakhs. Keeping in mind I paid 7.5 on road in the year 2015 when I bought this car. The button or maybe the control to switch on the lights are really isolated and is in the dashboard, and you just need to rotate it very slightly. Rotate it to switch on the lights. There is a push button to open the dicky, and it makes it really comfortable. I don't have to stretch down to pull the lever to open the dicky, and a press of a button and the dicky is open. I love the meter box in this car because I don't like too many lights or too many information on the screen, because I think it kind of makes it look a little crowded. But I do have all the information captured in the meter box. I just have to press a button on the lever and it helps me to see all the information that is needed. The AC in the Ford Figo Aspire is the best in class, and no matter how hot it is, even if it is 12 in the noon or 2 in the noon, you just need to increase the fan to 2 maximum to cool the car in like 10 to 15 minutes max. I think it's 5 to 10 minutes maximum, and just cools down. I love the instrument cluster in Ford because they're all buttons and only the volume button has a knob. The volume button also has a control from the steering, so I have really no complaints for the instrument cluster. Once connected, or even if you have to connect a new device, I just press buttons over there and easily gets connected. The instrument cluster doesn't have a screen where we can watch videos or stuff like that, or it doesn't have a GPS inbuilt. But I don't have a problem because they have this particular facility given in the car. You can easily fit in a phone inside this and use whatever features you have in your smartphone to your benefit. just fix it and nothing will let this phone fall off. And trust me, all phones can easily fit in this particular compartment and you really don't need a phone holder. I do have that, but that is for a different purpose. Have you watched an entire movie in this particular car? Well, you should definitely try a scary movie with your phone placed over here and the wonderful speakers that Ford provides. Something that I love is the driving dynamics of this car. It is the best in class. In fact, I have not driven any other car with such good driving dynamics or such good precision in this particular price range. It does really well in the city, in tight gaps, in crowded streets, on highways, on hills, name it, the steering is just perfect. No matter what speed this car is traveling, the steering is simply good. That being said, it doesn't mean that you can steer it really easily or maybe with one hand when the car is doing above hundreds. It means that no matter how fast you are traveling, you feel really confident about the steering and you can easily control the car. The car is not going to skid or disalign from your traveling path and is gonna be glued to the road. See wonderful bucket seats in the front and even more comfortable seats in the back. I in fact feel that the back seats are more comfortable than the front seats when you go on a drive. Furthermore, the headroom in this particular car and the space around the bucket seats, I'm pretty sure a really tall guy, a well-built person will not have any problem driving this car. The seats can be moved all the way to the back and the legs can be really stretched, and I think it'd be a pretty comfortable ride no matter how huge a person is. Another thing are the mirrors. The mirrors placed in this car are really in a very appropriate place because it gives a clear picture of what is happening behind the car or around the car, and it reduces a lot of blind spots in the car. So is the windshield and the front view of the car. There are very few blind spots in this car and you can easily take this car around in tight spots and even on crowded streets with ease. Next is the power in the suspension. I have a mixed review about the suspension. The suspension is hard. That means it does really well on highways. No matter how curvy the roads are, no matter how steep the hill is, the suspensions work really well. But the moment you are in the city with nasty roads, I mean potholes and speed breakers, with that hard clutch, trust me, I have driven better cars. Moving on to the power of the car. In this price range for a diesel car, the power of this car remains is what I would say. The refinement is really cool. It's one of the best, one among the best. When I say it turns out 100 PS to 3750 RPM, you reach 0 to 100 km per hour in just over 9 seconds. And that being said, it performs really good in the city, better on the hills and even better on highways. I have not talked about the build quality of the car. The most important factor that I was thinking when I had to buy a car is the safety. I don't even have to say about it right now because you all know the build quality of Ford cars. Especially this car has got a 4-star rating in the crash test. Now that I have talked about the safety, I also want to begin the things that could be better in this car. The rear bumper. I think this is a crumpled bumper because the slightest hit on the bumper doesn't actually crack the bumper, but it damages the clip of the bumper, which leads to the bumper getting detached from the car. Irrespective of the clip being damaged or the bumper getting damaged, you still have to change the rear bumper in either case. Now you're lucky if you have a bumper-to-bumper insurance, but after the 7th year, I'm not so sure. Now the boot space of the car. To remind everyone, this is not a completely full-fledged sedan. This is a compact sedan which gives a decent boot space. What I want to mention over here is these bars. Even though you have ample boot space, these bars restrict from keeping any object or a suitcase which is higher than this. Now you notice those bars. The moment these bars come down, it actually reduces the space inside. If you have a suitcase placed over here and the height is more than more than this particular bar, it will not let the boot, the boot close. So what happens is you are restricted to keep just one bag of 15 kg in this particular boot, and then push in smaller bags through the sides to fit it in the boot space. The button to adjust the mirrors are placed high above on the door. That is, I have to stretch all the way from my seat, extend my hand to change and adjust my mirrors. It could have been easily placed on the lower part of the door like in other cars, so that I don't have to stretch all the way. Yeah, I'm lazy to adjust the mirrors. The clutch of this particular car is really hard. So when you are in cities, you're doing a bumper to bumper traffic, or you are traveling a lot through potholes, speed breakers, it is a real pain on the foot. This could have been a little softer so that this car would be completely easy, or maybe real comfortable on highways as well as on the city roads. Every 20,000 kilometers, the rear seats start making some disturbing noises. These actually come from the bushes in the back seats. Even though they are just nominal charges, you have to change these bushes every 20,000 kilometers. The last point is the clearance. On paper, the ground clearance of this car is really good. In fact, it is way higher than few of the cars in the market. But my personal experience, the slightest of hump, this particular fiber is gonna touch it. You're on a downhill, this is definitely gonna touch it. Even on city roads, if there are insanely deep potholes or a little big speed breaker and you're 4 in the car, no matter how careful you are, you're gonna scratch your underbody for sure. Point, I seriously don't know how it works. Pretty good ground clearance on the paper, in fact way higher than few of the cars, but performs slightly lower than the other cars. Of whatever I spoke, I was not able to demonstrate it because of the lockdowns, but I promise the moment lockdowns are lifted, I'll take this car and shoot another video showing you how good the car performs, what is the power, how is the driving dynamics, what are the problems I face. I'll definitely show you an example of the ground clearance, so stay tuned to flatStepney. But before that, I just wanted to ask, if you're owning a Ford, do you have the same problems I said? If so, please let me know in your comments. Also, if you have Ford in your mind, do let me know if this video helped.